Morning, birders. Back on another trip. We're gonna head up to the top of this little mountain behind us. Hill, more like. There's all sorts of trails scattered all throughout this area. It's kind of a dog park at the bottom, but it looks like there's a lot of trails. Heard they've got warbling Vireo, Caston's Vireo, so we're gonna head up this direction, see what we can find. So
should be fun. Let's go.
Birding.
I'm feeling on top of the world, like nothing's ever gonna bring me down. This feeling got me flying high as a bird. I may never touch the ground. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate.
See what we see today. Well, maybe some Vireos. I wasn't expecting too much on this hike, but I guess we've never been up here, so
It's a pretty busy hike with a lot of dogs. So.
But we hear birds. So.
Yeah,
No.
Just farther up the trail.
Yeah.
Not a lot going down here, and I don't even know what kind of. It's not sagebrush.
Definitely looks a lot like Helena, though.
Yeah, a little crusty. Maybe pick up a solitaires, probably.
That'd be good.
Maybe a Clark's Nutcracker. Just gonna see about avoiding that old couple. They went the way that we planned on going, so who knows? Notch Trail, Nature Trail, Direct Route, Family Trail. Well, they went that way. You want to go out this one?
Guess so.
I don't really have my heart set on anything. I don't know what trail goes where, so.
Right.
Something singing. Sounds like see him up in that skinny tree in front of us.
Sounds like a nuthatch.
He is up near the top.
Flitting around way up there.
Making movement.
Yeah, maybe see it from the other side.
That one, I want to find that one. He's doing that kind of. Then there's a gopher, it sounds like. You see him better from this side? It's the skinny one in front of us.
Yeah, this is what we're looking at. It's mostly just silhouettes.
Yeah, it's really tough to look up against the cloudy sky and find any definition in something up against the brightness.
Best bet is to get farther away to lower your angle of vision.
Yeah. The tip top of that palm tree. That's our singer. That yellow warbler.
I didn't get any good look at him. Sounds like a warbler though.
Yeah.
I'm not great with bird songs, but
No, Yim will freak out.
if you listen to them and practice, some people are really good at them. You kind of get an idea for what each bird sounds like, so they'll make specific sounds. birds singing all around us. And a gopher.
I hear a lot of activity. But I keep seeing movement at the tree top,
Yeah,
which is a bummer.
hard. Nice area though.
Maybe find something that's at a lower elevation in the tree canopy would be nice.
Keep on moving.
With the lighting how it is. I'd like to get in some leafy understory. That's going to be what I'm looking for to try and find those vireos.
Oh, I think the trails just merged.
Oh yeah, they did merge.
Oh well.
Guess it wasn't too hard of a decision. Now we know for next time it just all goes together. Depends on how good the birding is. That'll determine if there's a next time.
True.
We've been going to a lot of good gopher locations though.
No shortage for
You
sure.
want to see ground squirrels. Alright, something just flew in front of us here, but he went to the tip top of the tree. Just looks like a bird. It's hard to tell.
Definitely a bird. How you
Hey
doing?
there, buddy. Hey, puppies. Hey there. Some smaller tweedies coming around up behind us. They just kept going though.
Yeah.
Man,
Give
we need
him
to
a
find
chance
some,
to get ahead of us.
we need to find some birds that are closer to the ground. That'd be great.
Yeah. And a videographer that gets up in the morning.
Pretty sure the sign at the bottom said dogs must be on a leash.
Definitely did.
Okay. I think it was open to interpretation. There was a lot of words on there. Yeah, he'll pull up in front of us because we don't walk fast. We stop a lot. It's a little different call. Robin right there. Maybe 8 feet away on that rock. Hear that one? That kind of chirpy call.
Yeah.
A little different than the other ones. Where's he at? Two sides of the trail. Probably people that are really good at listening to bird calls are like, it's fill in the blank, you morons.
Right. Half the time we get confused by the gophers.
I know. I recognize some of the bird calls. Duck,
Pretty good with
goose,
robin,
robin,
crows, and raven.
turkey, pretty confident in my turkey. Man.
It's hard to hone in on birds too, because you're looking at something that's about the size of a golf ball. He's making noise and it sounds like he's in front of you, but he's 30 feet away or on the other side of the river or clear across the other side of the field.
They're also behind us somewhere. Or it's the same bird throwing his voice. Ventriloquist bird. Well, here's some leafy trees finally down here, some birches and stuff.
A little more eerie with the pipe over there.
It's hard to tell. They do a certain kind of call and you can't pinpoint it. I'm pretty sure they do that so that predators can't pinpoint them either, but
Yeah,
makes it hard for birders.
we're basically predators.
Yeah. Bicycle behind us. Oh, I recognize that one. Black cat chickadee, I heard one. For sure. Man, we need like a canopy catwalk. Flock of something just flew through. Whenever I'm in like a pine woodland and I see a flock of small birds, my first thought is pine siskin. But they're pretty hard to get a look at a lot of times. To find out what that guy is down there. Sounds like he's singing, so... Oh, there he is, right up on that top of that tree branch. Huh. Just a chipping sparrow, just churring it up. I was way off with the grasshopper sparrow. They sound a little bit like a higher squeaky noise. Grab a quick picture of them. So whoever was like, that's a chipping sparrow. All right.
We win.
You're better at bird calls than us. We understand. That's why we don't list them by just hearing them, because we probably get them wrong. Yeah, he took off.
No video.
He moved out this way. We'll probably get another shot. If he's singing, they're usually up high, so their voice carries the farthest. Usually not the girl bird standing out in the middle of nowhere yelling his face off. What do we got right there in that tree? Yep, that's him. Right in this pine tree in front of us. About, I don't know, see him there, right there. That's the chipping sparrow again. I thought he would be up higher. Every time I say something, they prove me wrong. You can't predict the birds, apparently.
Robins. I don't know if we saw robins the last time. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, we totally got robins this time. Yeah, chickadee hanging off the bottom of that branch. I'm just gonna look at them. Mountain chickadee this time. On this long horizontal branch on the pine tree, foraging on the bottom of the branch. I don't know if we got mountain chickadee yet, so we'll try and get a picture of him. He's behaving pretty well out in the open. Not good lighting, but not bad lighting, particularly because he's not up against the gray sky, so we should be able to get something with some contrast. That guy totally was coming up behind us, and he's like, "What? I don't know what the heck's going on up there. I'm going a different direction." We've done that already today.
I might have seen something. Yeah, we'll see.
There's a chipping sparrow again, right up against the sky. Apparently all these shrubs everywhere are Canada buffalo berry. It's kind of like in a different habitat where they would be sagebrush. It's kind of like what it's taking the place of here.
Yeah.
So it's not really what the plant is per se, but like it seems like certain kind of birds inhabit similar, you know, layers of foliage. So the ones that like to be down in the shrubs and the brush are going to be this, you know, it's just kind of, you look for the kind of habitats, and it seems like you see the same behavior. Chickadee again there, just dropping back. Eventually we'll run out of really common birds to show you guys, then we're gonna have to work really hard to find tougher stuff, but it's nice to see juncos and mountain chickadees. Again.
It's nice to see any birds.
Yeah. You see different behaviors a lot of times. Current. What's that one? Can we go up that? It's not really as established as the rest of it. Red-breasted nuthatch. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's just this meep, 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 meep. It'll be kind of foraging the same way that chickadee was. They'll be dangling off the branches and picking underneath the bark and everything. What you got?
Pine tree where the limbs are moving.
He's still there, or something flew down.
Not sure what that was. Dark, about the size of a robin. Two of them.
Hopefully not starlings.
Oh, didn't get a good look at them.
Uh-uh.
Might have been.
Could have been. Thought I saw him fly down to the left there. Well, didn't follow the nature trail.
Show must go on. Roadman, driving in the road van,
Breaking land speed records in the van. Oh man, slow it down. We'll make it safe and sound.
no, 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 no.
No, no.
The show must go on.
Anyways, we were originally thinking about walking up to the top, but when we hit each road junction or trail junction, we just kind of picked which habitat looked like the habitat we wanted to walk through, and now we're going a different way. So
Nature trail it is.
nature trail it is.
I don't think these markers are miles.
No,
I don't feel like I walk 7
I think they're
miles.
probably 0.7 of a mile. I think this nature trail is only like
maybe a mile long.
maybe a mile. Yeah, it's not very long. You don't need a lot though.
No, you just need the right habitat.
We've walked in a dozen miles and saw a couple birds, you know,
See, there we go.
necessarily. All right. Oven bird
Possibly, yeah.
or a pipit?
Is it, well, I have to check size. Here. Let me check real quick. Very reddish on the out.
They've been flying through in pairs this whole time.
Yeah.
Or Vireo. Just got a bird guide, or are you looking at something else?
Yeah, just bird guide. I'll try and get a picture. Larger size. These are the guys that I saw on those branches.
I'm thinking maybe this reddish overall. Or
Look at the size.
length 7 inches. Seems about right.
About right.
Just about robin size. Maybe a hair smaller. What was I saying? Oven bird? Not oven bird. But just the
No,
streaks on it
not the
is
right
the first thing
area.
I said. But they're like a ground bird, like a bit smaller.
Let's try and get a little closer.
I'm thinking Vireo. A streak breast.
Very reddish on the back and the upper.
Yeah.
Very pale on the bottom, except for the streaking.
Light around the face a little bit. Sometimes if I'm out birding and I'm not trying to film a show, if I have an earbud in, I can listen to the calls as loud as I want. Doesn't mess with the birds, but I can still listen to what they're saying and then listen in my ear and see if it matches up. So the songs that they make, the calls, is one really good way to identify birds. One of the best ways sometimes. But I tend to like see the bird and then I hear it calling and then I'll listen through the birds I think it is and then find a match. That's just one of the methods.
They're pretty similar,
Yeah, that's
but there was really reddish.
Okay.
That really stood out. Ranges basically the same.
Yeah. It would come down to then behavior.
Size. It's exactly the
Same
same.
size.
Same size, same weight. Willow thickets and other woods. Similar to Swainson's. They're basically the same bird with different colors. That makes it difficult. But the obvious reddish on
Yeah,
those
I'm
two.
leaning towards Vireo. I don't know what it is, but you look at enough guidebooks, sometimes you just see something for a few seconds and your instinct is to say, I think it's a this.
I
For
got
some reason it tends to be right.
pretty good looks at them. I just couldn't snap a picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
got a little bit of time before, got a quick appointment and then we're gonna hit some other locations. So.
Try and hit some ponds, get some waterfowl, maybe some hawks and eagles and whatnot.
Yeah, we are aware of a great horned owl nest. So we're gonna try and get a decent look at that.
It's on private property, so
Yeah, it's on private property across the field.
unless you can get permission from the owner, do not trespass.
Yeah,
Please don't do that.
we've witnessed multiple times people trespassing to try and photograph, not just photograph birds, but photograph birds on a nest, which is like double bird sin.
I mean,
So
you're disrupting them nesting, which is
yeah,
their prime location of safety and comfort.
yeah, it didn't put its nest out in the middle of a field in a cottonwood thicket because it wanted to be bothered.
Right.
So no matter who you are, if you don't have permission, don't cross onto the property. And if it's in a nest, just stay away from it.
Respect the bird's private property too.
Right. Even if you have land access, approaching a nest is not a good idea. And we know that this great horned owl is feeding fledglings, so
Some birds will abandon their young.
yeah, we don't
If they
need
get
that
a
extra
scent
stress on the birds.
scent of humans or any other kind of predator, they'll abandon their young and not return.
So if you're trying to get some credit on Facebook or something like that by taking some sort of picture that no one else seems to manage to get, you know, probably not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Just take a fuzzy picture through a spotting scope or something like that. Everyone will know you saw it. Whatever. It's the most respectful thing to do. You don't have to take a wall hanger every time. Just be happy that you saw it.
Let's go straight through here. This probably connects to
One of
on
those
the
other
side.
trails. Okay. Yeah, just be happy you saw. You know, it's a rare occurrence to be able to see an owl feeding its owlets, and just enjoy the moment.
And if you can't take a picture or get video, that's okay. It happens.
Yeah,
It's all about you anyway and your experience and enjoying the birds.
yeah. And if you do have permission to go onto the property to photograph the owls, running across the field and jumping in your vehicle and fleeing is probably not a good sign.
Seems highly unlikely that you had permission.
Anyways. Even if you don't see what you want to see this year, that's why you keep birding. One day you'll see the right situation that you dream of seeing, and it's worth it after all of your effort over the years to see something.
Absolutely.
It's not worth it.
Bird with a friend. Both of you see it. It's harder
Yeah.
for people to say you didn't see it.
Yeah.
And even if people are saying you didn't see it, you know what you saw.
You know what you saw. Your
They weren't
friend saw
there.
the same thing. Calliope, maybe? That's what it looks
Maybe,
like. It's
yeah.
got streaky.
Off she goes.
Zing! That's why I couldn't tell what it was. Just a dark shape zipped
Yeah.
over us.
Oh, ruby on the throat.
A little bit of ruby on the throat.
Pale and ruby underneath the chin there.
Yeah. Looking like Calliope to me. So up here we're pretty much looking for Rufus, Calliope, and hummingbirds.
But we got all those on the last video.
Yeah. Around
Still worth checking.
residential.
We do get migrants this time of year, so it's always worth taking a look.
Yeah. There's the dog barking. I was saying that wasn't happening.
At least he's down in the dog park.
Oh, that sounded like a jay. What I'm secretly hoping to find is a pinyon jay, but I don't know if that's a pinyon jay.
Right habitat, but I don't think they're in this area. I
No.
think they're on the other side of the mountains.
I've seen them farther south on the other side of the Continental Divide.
Top.
Oh yeah,
See him hopping around up there.
not a jay, but some
No.
sort of tweety.
There he is.
I could just see movement. Get a look at him. See that chipping sparrows on that tree there.
Oh,
it's a
Western Tanager.
Nice.
That's
Awesome.
a good one.
Western
See if I can get a
Tanager,
picture of him.
beautiful. Red, yellow, and black. That was awesome. We both ID'd at the same time. Awesome. Beautiful.
Coloring's not great.
Wow.
There's the focus. Let's see what we can get.
So he's black wings, got some yellow wing bars, all yellow body, and then it looks like he dumped his face in like he was eating a tomato or something like that. Just all red around his beak and up his forehead.
Lighting is so bad I
Yeah,
can't get
it's
it
a bad
to
day for
focus.
pictures for sure. But
You can see
you'll be
the
able to-
coloring on a blurry picture, but it's not as cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You don't really see these guys a whole lot.
No. It's a really good one. For me, I've only seen a handful of them just because it's just, I don't have any really reliable locations to go see them. I just happened to see one.
Beautiful bird though.
Yeah, I wish there was just
Looks
more of 'em
tropical
everywhere.
almost.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really fit in with Montana's typical palette of browns. There he is. He just dropped down about halfway through the tree now. He's moving around. He's on the back side of the branches, moving around left side of the
Yeah, I
trunk.
see. Maybe if he goes right, I
Moving
can get a
towards the
better
trunk
picture of
again.
him.
Man, if we hadn't stopped, we could have just walked right past him.
Yeah, he's not making any noise at all. Just happen to see the movement though, and that'll draw your eye. Terrible pictures.
You can always count on us for some bad pictures.
Subpar pictures are the way we roll.
I don't know, his face looks like it's a little red too, but
Reddish might just be
finch, maybe.
finch.
Cassin's finch or a house finch or something. But just on his own out here, I'm wanting to think a different kind of finch. That jay's right here. Or what? It's not a jay, it's a
Sounds like a-
towhee, isn't it? Yeah, it's a spotted towhee.
Spotted towhee, there we go.
Isn't that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it were a
Another
grosbeak
good
of
one.
some sort, but
That's
man,
awesome.
nailed it right here.
Well, this is a good birding location, I've decided.
Yeah, I think we could pay this place a visit again.
Different times of day, different weather.
So spotted towhee, western tanager,
Veery.
finch, some either cassin, something just landed at the top of that tree.
Looks like a blackbird.
Brown-headed cowbird.
Hey guys. Hey.
So we're on the way over to these ponds. We just stopped over here. Got house sparrows behind us.
Power station.
Yeah, got a power junction station out the window here. So we just thought we'd stop by and let you guys know that we saw it on the way. They're invasive species, but they're still countable. Invasive in North America anyways. So that's that. Power station.
Absolute best place to reliably see house sparrows is the Walmart parking lot.
Walmart parking lot.
Almost always there. They like to hang around the garbage cans and hop around other people's cars.
Yeah, we call them dumpster finches.
Anyway,
check.
see you
All right,
guys.
at the
Mic check.
ponds.
Good.
All right, 200 yards later.
Grab the spotting scope and tripod. We usually have waders out here.
You guys been checking the Instagram and the website over the last couple of weeks. We've been out here a few times, but we haven't been out here to work on an episode. So there's a lot of things that we've seen on there. We haven't added to the channel life list yet, so we're just kind of coming out here to see what we can add to the list. It's a long ways out to the water, so it's really hard to get any half decent pictures, but
We got some bad pictures though.
yeah, we're good at taking bad pictures. Morbidly obese cow. Gadwall. Oh no, blue-winged teal.
Cool.
That's first of the year blue-winged teal for me. I haven't been out to the ponds in a couple weeks.
It does help to go where the birds are if you're looking for them. Scope mode.
Ibis, 1, 2,
White-faced ibis.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see at least 9
least
ibis
9
out
looks
that
like.
direction.
You keep going left, there's a couple more.
Oh yeah. Out to the right, there's more. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I see cinnamon teal. Is that phalaropes out there by the cinnamon teal?
On the water
Up from
or
the
on
garbage.
shore?
In the water, up from the garbage.
Yeah, I've been seeing a whole flock of them out here.
Well, basically
Yeah,
right
Wilson's
by the garbage.
phalarope and blue-winged teal and cinnamon teal all in the same.
Any redneck phalarope out there?
Looks like just Wilson's, but that's zoomed all the way out, so. All the way out. Paul and I were down here Sunday over at the next ponds we were going to, and there was a flock of about 36 white-faced ibis. Was pretty cool to see, all running around. Up here anyway, we don't see big flocks like that, so.
I'm gonna have to look. That one looks like a redneck. Let me look.
Wilson's phalarope looks kind of like a blackneck stilk, but they're about half the size. It looks like it from a distance, I should say.
Yeah.
Coloring is dark on its back, pale on the belly.
You could tell when they get close, but
Cinnamon teal pair. Gadwalls.
see what I'm seeing? It was. I thought there was red. Let's see. They're only here in migration. Have to just try and keep getting a better look.
It's funny watching their behavior. They make a lot of small circles, grabbing at bugs and things. Just a lot of little circles. You got 4 or 5 of them out there just making these little tiny circles in the water.
I wonder if they're like stomping in the mud, trying to stir stuff up
Could
or
be,
something.
yeah.
I think, to me, it looks like there's both Wilsons and redneck.
I'm seeing some reddish in there, but I'd have to get a picture.
Looks like 2 different sizes.
Yeah, slightly smaller with the redneck. You got your... I don't have it. I'm
Oh, you don't
recording.
have the scope.
My
thing.
phone is,
Okay.
recording. I got it in the van. We can grab it. I just wanted to see the bird guide.
Oh.
Show me the bird guide. Hopefully the wind's not too bad out here, guys. Yeah, and then look at the Wilsons. Yeah, I might just be seeing the front here.
Could be. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Hard to tell from here.
Let me see if I can.
Let me
just
grab the
compare
scope
two.
mount. We don't want to make a misidentification.
So it looks like the Wilsons is a couple inches bigger than the redneck, which is consistent. I've seen, Chasing
I know we've seen the Wilsons out here. Had a whole flock of them out here earlier. Oh, we've got a bald eagle. All the ibis are in flight right now, running from the bald eagle out here.
whole mess of them. Everything took off. It's like chaos out there now. Shovelers. All the ibis are flying right to us. Just keep watching. They're going to land on this shore in front of us unless they circle all the way around and go back.
They do sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
Yeah, they're going to
23.
drop right in front of us.
23. Good. Be able to get another picture of those. And it's beautiful again. A little cloudy today.
Sheesh.
Any ponds like this are great to overlook. You get the farmland and the fields. There's usually raptors flying around, you know, hawks, falcons, eagles. You get a little bit of everything. We've got sandhills out here. They might have moved on to the next field though. Oh, I can see
Not
them
sure where
flying
the
over in the
camera is.
distance there.
Oh, the button. It's on the button. Button's
Just
right
a
here.
beautiful place to
Oh.
glass though. And just set up and spend
know
some
where
time
the
on
camera
it.
is
I mean, a
along
lot of
here.
these birds are
There's a bunch of
diving. They're in and
apertures,
out.
so-
They'll come up out of the water.
There we go. So you can
First time you glass
also-
over, you don't see them because they're diving. They'll pop back up. You'll see grebe and all sorts of stuff.
Look right there.
Ideally, you want to look for stuff with
There we go.
cattails and
Okay.
reeds and things around the outside edges. But you can see all these birds are here, just hanging out and loving life. Oh yeah, we got 4 eagles on the other side just
I keep
landed.
switching modes.
At least 2 bald eagles. It's like all bald eagles, 2 immature bald eagles. The bald eagle doesn't have the signature white head until I think year 4. So before that, they're varying degrees of brown, and a lot of people
That's weird.
misidentify
switching
them
from lens to
as,
lens depending on what you're.
Oh, here, let's go to.
golden eagles, but they're just immature eagles. All right, guys, we're over here at the middle ponds, what they call it anyway. We got a pond over on the right and another one on the left. There's usually a lot of wading birds on the left-hand side, and then tons of waterfowl on the right. But again, yellow-headed blackbirds, red-winged blackbirds, tons of swallows flying around. American coot. We got another ibis over here. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but the killdeer are screaming.
Got ruddy ducks.
Ruddy ducks.
Got canvasback on the far shore.
Gadwall.
Greater Scott.
Cinnamon teal again.
Redhead.
Waterfowl is a good place to start because they usually just hang out. Oh, they all fly now.
All the coot took off.
The
That
white
ibis is flying.
face ibis
Oh,
flying.
Is that golden eagle flying on the far side?
Immature. Hard to tell.
Bill's not that big. I think it's an immature bald eagle.
Bald eagle, most likely.
But I scared all those birds up, that's for sure.
Startles them every time.
Let's see, mallard. You said gadwall.
Yep.
Got gadwall. Yeah, you said gadwall.
Yep. All right, let's grab the scope. See if we see any waders out here.
Yellow-headed blackbirds.
I don't know if you said that already too, probably. A little bit of precipitation coming down. It's about to get wet on us, I think.
We're hoping for like 3 o'clock this afternoon before the rain hit. But, you know, it doesn't work like that for us.
That's all right. Birds
Still
don't
birds.
mind. Neither do we.
Got a flock of Canada geese out there with a bunch of goslings. Just with binoculars, I'm not seeing any waders. I like to try and find things on the binoculars and then narrow it down with the scope so you know kind of in general where to look, but sometimes you just have to kind of do a grid through the wetland. See what you can see.
Yeah, a lot of the waders are so small you just can't pick them out unless you're looking with the
I'm
scope.
gonna slip this camera off your shoulder and try and take a picture of that pheasant. Head's popping around out here.
Oh yeah, we also have a pheasant. We've seen a couple. We haven't been able to get a picture of them yet. They're pretty skittish
Flighty.
whenever they see movement.
We've seen a bunch of them, just getting one to hold still long enough to take a picture. They take off. It's been a while since hunting season, but they're still pretty sketchy.
The pheasant are also not native to America. Another bird from India they brought in for specifically for hunting. And they spread across the country like mad. There's still several places in the country that breed them for I don't know, paid hunting trips and things
Yeah,
like that.
it's really big in the Midwest or in the South Dakota.
Cinnamon teal. Those things are so cool looking.
Well, I got some video of the pheasant walk through the grass over there. Kind of
Might
see him
be able
sneaking
to
through.
snap a picture when we get over there.
I got some pictures.
Let's just go for a walk.
Close the door on the birdmobile.
No waders today. That's a bummer. We don't have a very big window for seeing waders here in Montana.
Yeah.
They stop here to rest a little bit and then they're gone.
The killdeer will be here all year. Spotted sandpiper will be here all year. Greater yellow leg, maybe. Freshwater. I think tend to see like avocet and the stilts tend to stay around.
Just not very large numbers of them.
Yeah. Semi-palmated not sandpiper, but plover.
My
We'll
first
have-
avocet, we were just on a back country road, came around the corner, and he was standing in a puddle in the middle of the road.
Just
20
living
feet
it up.
away.
That pheasant's down in that towards that longer grass down there
Oh,
now.
right
So
here.
he was walking along that way. Got some video of him walking through there and some pictures of him walking through there, but
Wind's picking up. Hopefully it's not too bad on the audio. If it is, we're sorry.
we're really trying, guys.
We're outdoors. Can only do so much.
We're birders first and filmologists second.
Filmologists. I believe that is the technical term.
You just say whatever it is you're doing plus ologist.
We're also birdologists.
Yeah, birdologist.
Amateurs.
Amateur
Of course.
birdologist. What is that? Savannah sparrow chipping it up in there. Sparrows don't usually respond to that very well. Well, of course, in my experience, of course, nothing seems to respond, so. Looks like a Savannah sparrow. Hard to say. If he's gonna sit in there though, I'll get a better look. All over by the cottonwoods.
No, we're not there yet.
Oh, I thought it was that side. It's
No. Next set of ponds. We'll see. Hopefully a trespasser didn't scare him off. Nope, not yet. See one?
I just had him. He was just out here.
Sometimes
Then he
pronounced
docked.
booflehead.
Booflehead.
More gadwall. Shovelers.
Shovelers. Yeah, I don't think I had said shoveler yet.
More cinnamon teal. Mallards, of course. The most powerful of the duck species, clearly.
Yeah.
If the birds were having a war, the mallards would be winning.
Pintails are pretty rough too in most places. They're everywhere. Really successful. Apparently they adapt well to everything.
Very adaptable. Another muskrat. Oh no,
Oh,
it's
there's
just a
the rain.
coot with his head down. More ruddy ducks. Birds
Yeah.
are difficult because they're always diving.
I guess I didn't see a bufflehead. I didn't see him resurface. It must have been one of the
I gotta reset my hat here to protect
stop
from the
or
rain.
something.
I'm gonna have to throw a rain layer on here pretty quick. Swallows flying over, making all kinds of noise. All right,
Yeah.
well,
Next watering hole, I guess.
we'll see you guys at the next stop. Worse on us, but we're trying to get some video of the great horned owl out here in the nest. Well, some picture, I should say. There's no way we're gonna get video. It's a long ways away. Well, we've got 2 more ponds here to take a look at. See what we see. There's tons of bird activity again. Yeah, we'll try and do what we can before it starts really pouring on us. Any luck?
No.
Did you get a look at him even?
No, I can't. I can kind of see the nest, and that's about it. I'm trying to. I don't know why I'm having so many troubles. Like, got this tiny little circle here. Like, it's not. I don't know if I want this. No, that's not right.
If you take a look out here, you can see what we're looking at. We just have nice open ponds, farmers' fields, and everything, and then just this single clump of cottonwoods out here. And on the far right side is where the nest is for the great horned owl. Now, before all the leaves were in here, it was a lot easier to see him, but he's got better protection now, so that's good. All right, car. All right, we were headed up to this next location, ended up right here, Foy's Lake. There's some redneck grapes, so we're getting some pictures and hopefully some B-roll. First of the year for both of us, so that's cool. Beautiful. Go and look out here just past the dock, and he dove, but he'll pop back up. While they're down underneath, you can move in closer. As long as you stop before they pop up, they won't notice you moved. Another good tactic on birds is if you're trying to move up on them, move diagonally sideways while you're moving forward, and they don't notice you're getting closer because they only have the one eye. The depth perception is more difficult for them. I should say one eye on each side of their head. They have a much wider view, but they have a harder time focusing in on distance. You can see right here by the dock at the bottom of the ramp. A little redneck grebe right here. Beautiful breeding plumage and everything. Just more emphasis that you can be birding all the time. Anywhere you go, be watching the water and the trees. You never know what you're going to see just on the side of the road. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Alrighty, we're up here at the top of Lone Pine State Park, walking around, see what we see. The wind is a little less, but we're still getting heavy gusts, so the audio's in and out, we're sorry. Hopefully the wind stays down so we actually see some birds. If it gets too windy, they're just gonna hunker down so they don't blow away. We saw a red-breasted nuthatch on the way up, got some pics and whatnot we'll throw up, and western bluebirds. So,
And mourning doves.
and mourning doves, that's right.
I saw a bird fly low down over here somewhere. I just gotta see if I can see it. It's kind of a nice vantage point to be able to see off the top of this. We can look over the tops of all the trees and look for things that like to perch up on the top of the trees. Like the solitaires and nutcrackers.
Starting to rain. Of course.
Here's something down below us. I can just see it. See any movement?
Nope.
Hear that two-part call down there, but it could be all the way down on the forest floor, which is what, 200 feet down over there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of deciduous trees down there as a kind of a mid-story. Could be there. That's a nice vantage point at least.
Yes, it is.
Just trying to patiently wait a moment to see if anything pops up. Both. Got a little bit of time. How come I'm carrying your big heavy camera?
Because you keep taking it from me and using it.
I do like using it.
It is a nice camera. I've been impressed. If you guys are looking for a decent lens, Sigma makes a pretty impressive lens.
Yeah, Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter.
Very reasonably priced, $800 to $900.
Yeah. Gonna lose some crisp imagery and things like that by not being a fixed focal length or a prime lens, but for the price, you can't beat it. And it's been serving us well.
Very well.
Shooting it on a Canon EOS 7D body.
Mark II.
Mark II, yeah.
Comes with a lot of the autofocus and image stabilization stuff that you don't find with other cameras. The Mark II has video stuff on it also.
Guess we haven't really talked very much about any of our gear yet, but
Might as well.
there's the camera. My camera is a f 1 to 400 L series lens on a 5D Mark II body. Just a little older, but when I bought it, it was awesome. It's still a good camera. But if I brought that, I'd be carrying 2 camera bodies.
It's good for you.
That looked kind of nuthatchy.
Yep, landed on the side of the tree. Went around the backside like normal. Typical bird behavior when you're trying to look at them.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're right there. I'll move away. Hide myself. I'm guessing red-breasted. There he is.
There he is. Appears to be red-breasted. He's right in this branch right here. See him popping out?
I see him. There he is.
He goes again. There are birds here. Here comes the wind again. When doing bird identification, it's good to have a system, a checklist of things you work through looking at. We use the salute system. We'll have a video posted on that, kind of explaining it, walking through it here soon. But specific things that you're looking for: the environment that you're in, time of year, size and shape of the bird, behaviors of the bird, things like that. You want to categorize it so you break it down into easier chunks. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at, small birds, you know that you're what area you're looking at, or the behavior of like flycatchers or nuthatches. We see a bird flit across, it's a small bird, it doesn't mean anything,
Right.
but we saw him land on the tree trunk, on the side of the tree trunk, so
Yeah.
we know it's a nuthatch,
Right.
just given the size.
That in combination with the habitat, and we've been hearing nuthatches calling this whole time.
All those factors together help you narrow it down.
You can make a best guess until you get eyes on it, and then you can say, oh, it is this, or it's different than what we thought, or it's not what we were hearing, but it's something else. So
We're very familiar with the nuthatches that are here. So we knew exactly which features to look for. But when you narrow it down like that and you're looking through a guide, then you know exactly where to look in the guide.
Yeah.
So you've got it narrowed down to 2 or 3 species, and then you don't have to try and
Yeah.
flip through pages and pages just mindlessly looking at stuff.
Yeah, if you can break it down to it's a vireo, it's a flycatcher, it's a warbler, it's a sparrow, just by the way it looks, it's a grosbeak, then you just have to find a section in the book and you can flip through and make sure the range map matches up.
Yeah.
And then you can do the field markings, make sure they match up. If you can combine it with the song, you know, that's just how you break them down. And then the more familiar you get with them, that process condenses into a more efficient identification process. But
So-
you know, if you can just break it down into whatever family group that it's in, that's a huge step.
Yep, absolutely. And when you're first getting out, just first learning the birds, that's a great way to start, is just learn, you know, family groups and silhouettes of what, you know, shape and size
Yeah.
you're looking at.
Tail shape, bill shape. And then, yeah, then you're gonna be looking at like the color patterns, leg color patterns, bill colors,
Right.
feather patterns, iris of the eyeball color. Those kind of things all help you identify certain species. The only difference might be something simple like the color of the legs or something like that. So
We'll go into a lot more detail in the video when we break it down. It's a simple system for remembering what you're looking for on every bird. You practice it a little bit and then you get it into habit, and it's easy to just work through your list real quick.
yeah, eventually as they become familiar, you don't have to use the list. You see it move and you're like, oh, that's a this because of this one thing that I remember seeing before. But when you're looking at new birds, you know, it really helps.
Like juncos, they're small birds and they're in flight. It's the size of a finch, but I always know to look for the white tail bars, and I know that size bird, there's only one bird around here that has the white tail bars.
Yeah, and it
So
always
you see it
fans
flying
those
through,
out right
you can
before it
see
goes
it.
into a landing spot. So they seem to always aim for the bottom of a bush or something like that, and then fan out and head up into the bush. It's nice.
No. They're sitting right here in the grass in front of
Oh,
us.
creepers. That must just been an alarm call. I wonder if they're nesting here on the ground in front of us. Chipping sparrows.
That's funny.
I don't know if they nest on the ground or not. I know they
Just
forage
eating
on the
bugs
ground
or
a lot.
something, yeah.
Just in case, maybe head
That's
up this
funny.
other trail. That was kind of that teeny tiny chip. They do that because it's really hard to locate it. So
Obviously, we couldn't even tell they were 5 feet in front of
yeah,
us.
so they're talking to each other, but you don't know where they're at. It's like, look at these doofuses walking over towards us.
Man, they're going to step on us. We better fly.
We better fly. Morons talking about identifying birds.
Yeah.
Didn't really end on a high note, but
It's okay. Doesn't always.
nothing we could do about that.
Alrighty, well, we're finishing up here. Didn't really see much up on top here. Chipping sparrow, some hummingbirds, red-breasted nuthatch, but it's how it goes sometimes, especially when the weather's coming in like this and it's windy. Birds know better than we do what they're about to experience. So,
Yeah.
And it's in the afternoon. It's not the greatest time for birding anyway, but we still see what we see. So thanks for joining us today. If there's more, we'll throw it in. But for now anyway, it's Jim and Steve with EarlyBirderNet. We'll catch you next time.
Keep birding, guys. Alright guys, quick update. One more pond by the highway here. Got northern rough-winged swallows. We got buffleheads. Anything else we didn't see earlier today that we see here? Rough-winged swallows and buffleheads here.
For sure, yeah. Goldeneye, common goldeneye.
Oh yeah, common goldeneye. I don't think we said we saw earlier, but we got that out here. And then just more of the same stuff. Coot, cinnamon teal,
Scout.
common or greater scaup, canvasbacks, redheads, all the other stuff that we've already seen today.
But a couple of other ones.
Yep, a couple things to add to the list. So Alrighty.